So we're going to go ahead and build off what we're doing in the previous video. I'm going to hit update readings to go offline with it, but in this video we're going to add a water run. So essentially we have a gas run, a liquid run, and a water run. I'm trying to simulate a three-phase separator here. So off the top of the separator you have your gas, off the middle of the separator you'd have your liquid, and off the bottom you'd have a water. So let's go ahead and finish off this three-phase separator. So go to configuration. Obviously we only have two runs, we need a third one, so go to configuration setup. In here you can change the number of runs to 3. You'll see run 3 is now here. Double click on that. Now we can configure it. Let's call this water run 1. Change it to water. Just like in the liquid run, we're going to use volume pulses. The reason why we're doing this, we're going to use that same pulse input again for the pulse inputs for the water indication, or the water flow indication I should say. Since we don't have another pulse input, we're just going to use the same one again. We'll move here to metric 4 because for gas we typically use metric 1, for liquids we use metric 4, and then leave the rest as is for now. Switch to the volume tab. In the volume tab we're going to use the telepace long. We know that that registers 30,009 where the pulse input comes in because of the liquid flow run that we've already set up, so we're just going to be using the same one again. Temperature, we know that's 30,003 because we're going to use the temperature off of the gas leg. We know it's 6554 to 32767. It's negative 40 to 200. Next is the contract tab. We're going to use metric 4 yet again because we want it the same as the input units, as well as our contract hour will still be 8. And then we want to make sure we hit standard base conditions, which is 15 and 101.325. We're not even using the 101.325 because it's water, but you could kind of see it great out there. Switch to the water tab. You could also give this a meter ID and a meter bank ID if you like. Add the K factor, meter factor, and user factor. As well as I'm just going to disable the calculation for API 20.1. I'm just going to use 11.4. If you do use API 20.1, you can put in the produced water density of 15 degrees. And then the last tab is the batch well test tab, which we're going to leave disabled for now, and hit OK. Now we can go ahead and write this configuration. Remember, always pick selected configuration, which is flow run and sensor config. Once that's done, we could go ahead and hit update readings. When we hit update readings, we want to make sure that we're on run 3 because we know run 3 is the water run. So go ahead and hit that. We notice our temperature's there as well as our volume, so we could go and turn the volume down. See how that affects the calculation. And you can see all the calculated volumes here as well. You go ahead and pull the logs in history and go through that as well, and now you've completed the full three-phase separator with your gas run, your liquid run, and your water run.